Why do I always have to do the introduction for this?
It's always you.
But it should be you.
Ladies and gentlemen, you are listening to The Burning Truth. Why are you such a diva all of a sudden?
I'm tired of sneakers.
Right, sneakers on standby.
Cheap plug. Cheap plug.
Cheap plug.
Right here. From Stoke-on-Trent.
Woo!
Sorry. I mean, wherever we are.
We can't say Stoke-on-Trent.
Mouth look on my hand.
Sorry, you're not imitating our truth, so you don't need to worry about that.
No, I'm going for McFoley. Right here.
Yeah. A lot of people might not get that reference. Some might. I do like it. It's a good reference.
So, what an interesting week.
Interesting week. A lot to talk about.
Just when you thought the internet had gone quiet, you wake up and it changes all the questions.
It's one of them. It just goes, everything's fine. Everything's peachy. Everything's fine. Wake up. Everything's broken.
I thought I knew all the answers, and then all the questions changed.
Just to quote a legendary wrestler right there. In case anybody doesn't know who it is, I ought to slap you for not knowing Rowdy Roddy Piper.
I came here to chew gum.
To kick ass and chew bubble gum. And I'm all out of gum. Anyway, we've got a lot to cover this week, so straight off we'll get to our usual King of the Kingdom news out the way.
Queen of the Kingdom. Stop being manist.
It's called King of the Kingdom. I didn't name it. King, Queen, whatever you want to call it. There'll be complaints about that soon enough. It'll be, well, what about Jokers? Oh, for God's sake. The second that happens, that'll just be me just saying, just deal with it, I don't care. Anyway, we have some news today, which is we can officially announce 5 wrestlers.
5?
5.
Is this your fave 5?
Not my fave 5. These are the first 5. So, we'll get straight off with the first one, which is Luke Basham. Would you, do you have any opinion? Any personal opinions?
We've only seen him wrestle the once. Very cool. Deceptively quick is the words that I will use.
Yeah.
He looks like he should be a lot slower than what he is.
But he does move quite quickly, especially when he's 211 pounds, 5'9".
He's well-rounded. He's got a well-rounded moveset. He's able to fly, but he's also able to ground and pound. How that's going to deal with some of the bigger people that are going to be in the Rumble, I don't know. I think his high-flying style might cost him later on in the Rumble match.
Potentially.
Where he tries to take one risk too many. He's a bit of a crowd pleaser, which is good for selling your shows, but not really that good if you want to win titles.
Well, in case anybody wants to have any more information on him, he's from Telford. He was trained by Joe Sanchez, Tommy Gunn and Edwards. Promotions he's worked for is The Academy, Iron Fist Wrestling, EW, Shropshire Wrestling Alliance and Wrestle Midlands. So, he is getting his name quite around quite a bit, which is interesting.
He's one to watch out for, but I don't think it could be the person that could win it.
It might not be, potentially. But
It's a dark horse. It's a dark horse.
Then, entry number 2. Blue Arrow, Damo Scorpio.
He's about 5'6" and $180. Well, $120. Sorry.
Oh my God! You're fairly close. His location is from Telford, Shropshire. He is 5'5" and 120 pounds.
Yeah.
Train.
I'll go with shoes on.
Boots. He is trained by the Academy in Telford. Wrestling promotions he's worked for is the Academy and Shropshire Wrestling Alliance. Now, we've seen him, he's got a bit of a dynamic superhero feel to him. You know, like you said with Luke, crowd pleaser. He is quite entertaining, got a bit of a charisma to him. I don't know, we haven't actually heard him speak.
No, but again, he could suffer from trying to take one too many. Because obviously he isn't going to be the heaviest guy in the Rumble. So he could struggle chucking the bigger people out there, whereas he needs to keep moving around the ring and take his chances when they come. You know, a couple of Maven drop kicks. He should watch what Maven did to The Undertaker.
Is that wise, actually? Think about that. Drop kicks him like the same thing. Do you want him to go through the same thing as Maven?
Yeah.
I don't recommend that.
I might have moved my pint off the table, but...
I will be quickly getting out of Dodge.
Dodge!
Anyway, do I have to announce this next guy?
Well, we can move on and come back to that guy.
No, I've got to announce him. Better yet, I'll say his location. I'll say his height and weight, and I guarantee he'll know exactly who I'm on about. Probably already knows who I'm on about. He is from Stoke-on-Trent.
Baby!
Or in some cases, the Black Country. He is 6'5", 290 pounds.
He is the big deal. Yep. Charles Kelsey.
He is. And I have a issue with this guy. Luckily enough, I've been lucky. I will say this. Yes, I have a winning streak against him. I do. How have cat teeth? I have no idea.
Anthony knocked you out more times than you've had Sunday dinners.
Yes, but at the same time, I've also beat him. Just as much.
Yeah. I think I'd take the knockout more than the win.
He may have knocked me out, but he never got the win. He never actually pinned me.
In all fairness, quite potentially the show stealer.
He is very dangerous to anybody.
He's well adapted. He is what we like to call, like, how did Husky Harris describe himself? Built like a tank with the engine of a Ferrari.
Pretty much. The man can move. The man can shift. And all I heard at one point is, as I was getting up, poof, and I'm waking up on the canvas.
He's high impact.
Very.
And if he hits you with that sick kick,
it's not just a sick kick.
Hello next year.
It's not just a sick kick. It's sick kick, death blow, the Royal Butterfly suplex.
Which is actually a Royal Butterfly, because he does it a little bit differently.
Ooh!
Otherwise, it's a double underhook.
Getting fancy. Getting fancy.
He's a double underhook.
He's getting fancy. But anyway, he's actually been trained by Slam Wrestling, PWL, FCW, not the one that you're thinking. This is Future Championship Wrestling.
I know. We and go there.
The Hunter Brothers. Promotions he has worked for is Future Championship Wrestling, Alternative Wrestling World, Venom Wrestling Federation, Wrestling in Hinckley, Slam Wrestling, LDN, New Breed Wrestling, National Wrestling League, Pro Wrestling Live, United Wrestling, and PPW. I need to get my breath back. The man's got quite a bit of credentials there. And credentials. And the thing is, he's going to be potentially an odds-on favourite. What would you say? Would you agree to that?
Yeah.
Next, we have another wrestler from Telford. He is 5'8", 220 pounds, trained by the Academy. He is Eddie Cobain. Now, from what I recall from him,
he's basically like some. If you want to know what this guy's look is like, go watch an Electric Six video.
That's a good call, actually. You know, full of danger, high voltage. Definitely. But the difference is the man. I will say, the last match when I saw him at the Academy, he was against Toxin.
Yeah.
And the way the match ended, I thought Toxin was picking up his teeth.
Toxic.
Was it Toxic? I do apologise. That's the question. If it is correct, I do apologise. I will say this: he was picking up his teeth, if I recall, because I think you just missed it, didn't you?
Well, I was stuck doing play-by-play on that.
You weren't alone, but
you got to write them. I got to write down the moves. You got to watch and try to.
I called them.
Translate.
I called and translated.
He says called them. The fucking only thing he called us to the bar. Can I have a drink, please?
Coming from you, who had a pint every 5 seconds. Anyway, back onto it. I think the guy has got a bit of a character to him. He's got that twisted thing to him. You know, he's making open challenges and everything, left, right, and centre. Will he be up for this challenge, especially with competitors like Charles Kelsey, Luke Basham, and everybody? Will he be ready to step up to the plate and become the first ever King of the Kingdom champion? We'll find out. Last but not least, we have got another big man in this. He is named the Disciple. He is from Sandbach, Cheshire. He is 6 foot. Unfortunately, we don't have it actually in pounds for this one. He basically just says, you want my weight class, you'll have it in stone. He is 13 stone and 13 pounds.
Can't really call him a big man, though.
Have you actually seen him?
I know, but 13 stone and 13 pounds. Do you know what that translates to into weight?
It doesn't sound as big, but if you actually saw him...
He's 185 pounds. You've had shits bigger than he weighs.
To some they might have been, but I've actually seen the guy myself. I've actually seen him. He is
Are we able to rephrase your opening statement? He's a tall cruiserweight, by the sound of it.
Potentially, but we'll see how he wrestles. From he's got a bit of... One thing I will say, from where he's been trained by, he has got a technical side to him as well. Because he was trained by RWA, which is also known as Runcorn Wrestling, which is Runcorn, which is, if you recall from a few of my colleagues that were from Runcorn, they were quite technically gifted.
Yeah, sorry, he's £195, not 185. I do apologise, I lightened him by £10.
I think I take that as a compliment. Anyway, moving on. I will just say the promotions he's worked for is RWA, Pro Wrestling Legion, Venom Wrestling Federation, Slam Wrestling, UK Wrestling, Tap Out Pro, Dragon Tap, and DOA.
Dead or alive?
No. You've been gaming too much again, haven't you?
I watched a film the other day with Kevin Nash.
Good God.
I still wonder to this day how Kevin Nash made it in that film. And then I realised Oliver Lance was in it.
Maybe that's why.
I can excuse Oliver Lance's poor acting just for the opening scene. I cannot excuse Kevin Nash's horrible acting.
You have seen some of his other credentials, haven't you?
What, Kevin Nash's?
Yeah.
Walks 4 yards on a pitch and breaks his, damages his metatarsal.
Would you like to know at least 2 other films?
He's been in The Longest Yard. He was shit in that.
Yeah. He was also in Magic Mike.
And he was also in Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles.
Oh!
Shredder.
No, get it right. Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles 2.
Yeah.
It's the Super Shredder. Oh, good Lord.
Do I need to remind you what movies he's been in?
God damn it, that's as bad. Oh, Lord. But anyway, we have got all that. In case anybody wants to know what these gentlemen look like at the end of us being on the air, I will most likely be putting up a post of all 5 wrestlers displaying who they are.
But also, you can find them on the pro wrestling database. Because there's a database where you can go on and you can find.
That is correct. Pro Wrestling Objective.
Yeah.
I will say, an absolute gem of an idea. But at the same time, they also have their own wrestling as well.
Yeah, but like if you want to find everyone in one place nice and quickly, you can find them on the Pro Wrestling Subjective database. So it's got people from all around the world. It is born from one man's idea to make it a reality for people to get easily accessible.
It is. And it does actually make it a lot easier for everybody to... Well, Pro Wrestling Subjective is what it's called.
I just said that.
It is. I understand you think you'd say, but their database has actually been absolutely fantastic with the way they've handled it. It's just a great idea, personally.
Yeah.
That they've done with it. They've managed to bring a lot of wrestlers. They don't just cover just British wrestlers.
No, it's American as well.
There's a few American and a few others.
Yeah. There's a couple of Germans on there from, is it AWA or AXA or whatever it's called?
WXW?
Yeah, that's the one.
I believe it is. And they've also been having their title, their first champion crown soon enough. Which is going to be at Venom Wrestling.
Yeah. Which
is their next event. Now, I will say, I do recommend anybody who's into wrestling. This isn't just for fans. If fans want to know more about certain wrestlers, give it a quick look up on Pro Wrestling Subjective. If any bookers are interested in finding some great hidden talent, we also give them a recommendation on there because they also have their contact details on there as well.
Yeah.
So it's not just for everybody.
It's something for everyone.
It's something for everybody. It's a win-win situation. Would you agree?
Yeah. So that covers a little bit of the British segment this week.
There's one more thing I need to bring up. We mentioned a name earlier, if I'm not mistaken. Joey Sanchez?
Yeah.
He's actually returning tonight to wrestling. He is. Joey Sanchez is. And I have to say, he's actually returning at Shropshire Wrestling Alliance tonight.
Yeah.
After battling cancer. Which is an absolute courageous. And I mean, I can't say how easy or difficult it is because no one can judge it.
Oh no, it's a great achievement.
It's a great achievement, and we would like to say welcome back to British wrestling and wrestling as a whole. We hope you continue doing great work.
Yeah. So on to the next. We'll take our plane and we'll fly across the Atlantic. And as much as I know you don't want to cover it,
oh God,
we're going to have to cover it because it's probably going to be one of the sources of great debate over the next 2 to 3 weeks, months,
millennium.
Yeah, Paige is back in the spotlight, but this time it's not by personal choice.
No.
Unfortunately, there was a hacking which has happened to a couple of high-profile names. I don't like calling people celebrities because in this day and age, everyone should be treated the same. Anybody can happen to anyone.
Anybody can become a celebrity at any time, but everyone's a human being.
Yeah, it just happens. The higher profile you've got in public regard, the more susceptible that you are to getting hacked. So
basically, what my colleague is trying to say is the higher that you're more well known, the bigger target you get.
Yeah, and Paige is quite high up there on the target list. You know, she's probably one of the most well-known British wrestlers out there today.
May quite the name of herself.
Yeah, her family's quite well known in the wrestling industry. The wrestling industry, people may not like to believe it, but it has millions and millions of a fan base.
It does. It does.
So there was a couple of videos leaked and a couple of photos leaked. Obviously, the old photos. Everyone's got things like this. Hopefully, this gets brushed under the carpet quicker than
anything. I will like to point out that her family are standing by her and defending it, stating that it's not through any fault of pages whatsoever. We would like to make a stand ourselves and just state that we will not be advertising any of the clips or anything, as it's quite personal.
Yeah, and we respect their privacy.
Exactly.
And in all fairness, congratulations to Paige's family for reacting very quickly and in the right way about it.
And they've done it in such a professional manner and everything. And to be honest with you, if I was Paige's parents in regards to this, I would find it very, very difficult to keep composure in this matter. But they've managed to do it in such a professional way. It's actually quite outstanding.
Refreshing.
It is actually refreshing because a lot of times things could be blown out of the water quite massively and make things far worse than what they are.
People might go, well, aren't you being a little bit hypocritical because you batter Sonny? No, Sonny's is completely a different situation.
Right. A lot of people can say with Sonny's situation, but you've battered on here. The difference between what happened with Sonny and with Paige, with Sonny, she willingly opted to go into that into what you could say that
she opted to put herself in the public light.
In the public light, in that way, in that manner.
Whereas Paige's was for her relationship. She didn't want it to go out to the public.
It was more private.
To just stay in her personal life.
The one thing I will say is everyone is entitled to their privacy. Everyone.
Yeah, and in all fairness, if she wanted to, she could probably get away claiming against the people that they're just like Hulk Hogan has.
Potentially, but they've got to find the source.
Yeah.
Once they find the source of who's broke this, I can potentially see some big claims here. Now, I will state straight away, this is an invasion of privacy on a massive level, which is, I can understand that some people, when they get to becoming a celebrity, I know you don't like that word straight off. I know you don't like it. Now, someone could say, well, you're in the limelight, well, blah, 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 blah. Yes, but everyone is entitled to their privacy. It's regardless of it,
we all go back to basic instincts of what humans are here for. We are effectively an animal, and like all animals, we have to eat, breed, and sleep. They are our three primary functions.
We all have our own our own basic needs, and one of them, regardless of it, is privacy.
Well, I don't even call privacy like a basic need. Privacy is like an advanced need. Like if you want to take it really back, so we are an animal, and just like animals in the wild, we have three basic functions. We need sleep, we need to breed, and we need to feed.
I can understand, but it can also have a bit of this sort of thing can have a bit of a negative effect on Paige herself. But luckily enough, it hasn't.
I think she'll come out better for it.
I think she'll come out better for it because the way it's been handled, been absolutely handled professionally and everything, And I think it's something that I think whoever's done it does. Some action needs to be taken. And as for people saying, yeah, she's in the spotlight, she's flaunting and everything, regardless of it, and everybody has their bragging rights, everyone has a laugh, but there is always that boundary when it's too far.
But no, we'll move on for that. It's just something we wanted to cover, hopefully it gets passed in the next week, and hopefully we see Paige in the ring soon.
Hopefully we do.
Because
hopefully no negative repercussions from this actually occurs.
I don't know if everyone remembers, she's actually on the SmackDown brand. So at WrestleMania, you could see
Paige returning for WrestleMania for the SmackDown Women's Championship.
Yeah.
It'd be quite interesting.
But no, so that's that. Impact Wrestling.
Oh, good.
Or Anthem Wrestling, whichever you want to call it.
Impact Wrestling's fine.
Drew its highest crowds of the year for television ratings. 332,000 people.
Just let me snore for a minute.
So, yes, well, that's good for the network they're on. 302,000 people. I'll put this into perspective. So on Thursday night in America, that ranked as the 119th most popular television show. 119th.
Yep.
Imagine that in a marathon. That's somewhere in the places where they go out the sympathy medals.
Oh, you mean the participation awards?
Yeah.
A bit like how Mez used to was trying to hand out. Mez Participation Awards.
But no, so that's that. Yes, it's good, but can you survive on that number of people?
We'll see.
In all fairness, I think Ring of Honor would do better with that slot.
Potentially they could do. Potentially, but at the moment, with these new changes, it all depends on what's coming up next. Will what's happening bring in some more viewers and everything? And will it get more advanced? Because straight away from this week, which I can actually reveal, LAX making their return.
Yeah, but it's not the original LAX.
Not the LAX. One person is missing.
Good old Supermax.
Supermax. But they made the group really big and looking strong. However, at the moment,
who took Supermax's place?
There's two wrestlers. I'm actually trying to remember the name.
Because obviously Hernandez is there.
Hernandez?
Not Hernandez, Homicide.
Yes. Just bear with me, I'll just get this.
And Conan's being the manager this year.
Oh.
In this reincarnation.
Yeah, I'm not even going to mention about the promo that he did.
Well, he is there.
Yep.
Have they got the girls with them again?
Who?
They had is it Selena?
Nope.
Last time?
No, Salinas has left. She's not there anymore. They currently have Ortiz, Santana, and Diamante.
Right. Have they brought female in with them?
Yeah. One of them is a female, definitely. I will say, German suplexing, basically Decay. They beat the crap out of Decay.
Yeah.
Decay were like, we got the numbers game. And then all of a sudden, the female wrestler of LAX just grabs Rosemary and just turns her into Prison bitch.
Nice.
I will say, just one of them, just, yeah.
You've also got Alberto El Patron.
It is El Patron, even though the signboard says D Patron, which is wrong. No idea why.
Well, D is Dutch in it for the.
It is.
So it's
still sort of
Alberto the boss or something.
It's supposed to
translated into English.
It's meant to be Leebot. It's meant to be Alberto.
El Patron.
Which is it's just a different translation.
Well, D is like German and Dutch for the.
Which it shouldn't have been on there. It should be because he's Mexican.
Yeah, so it should be Al.
Yeah. But Conan, I'm not even going to mention the promo, but all I'll say is it involves bleeding. And the once a month. That's all I'm saying.
I'll research that in my own time.
Which is not something that's quite pleasant.
Have you seen the lawsuit that TNA have sent out to Ring of Honor for tonight's pay-per-view? Because the pay-per-view's Ring of Honor pay-per-view is being streamed by Fight Network tonight.
Yes, I've heard.
And TNA are trying to stop the Hardys being shown on there.
Why? Are they... Last time I checked, the contract that they supposedly had with TNA wasn't for a thingy. It isn't anything with no complete contract.
No.
No complete cause. And last time I checked, when they were wrestling for them, weren't they allowed to wrestle at other places?
Yeah.
So why are they being so funny now?
Because they're using the broken gimmick.
Because they're using the broken gimmick that they actually don't have rights to.
There's an argument about this.
Go on.
So it's come out that the person who created the broken gimmick wasn't Matt Hardy.
Go on.
It was Jeremy Borash.
Yeah.
So it goes down to who copyrighted the broken gimmick. Now, Matt Hardy's got to prove that he owns the technical rights to the broken gimmick.
Right.
Whereas, if Jeremy Borash can prove that he owns rights to the gimmick, then...
Yes, but last time I checked, Jeremy Borash may actually have the thingy. So, well, there's back and forth in regards to it.
Yeah. No, but if you think of it, it's just like the Outsiders when they went to the end of when they went to WCW, they weren't able to scuttle well, they weren't able to use a Razor and Diesel gimmick.
Agreed. However, the funny thing about it is, the last time I checked, the only thing I thought that JB owned was Vanguard 1.
Which you can just buy Vanguard 2.
No, Vanguard's actually his, JB's.
Yeah, but you can just buy another drone and call it Vanguard 2.
Potentially, but, you know, and then there's the whole Senior Benjamin business.
Yeah, but he's not contracted by TNA.
Yeah, but still, there can still be some repercussions from it, potentially. But whether or not, I just think it's quite a bit stupid on... As much as I can say, yes, if JB does have the official idea of it, did he trademark it? No.
We don't know.
If he hasn't got it trademarketed, then...
If Matt Hardy's got it trademarked, then it says...
Then it becomes theirs. Straight away, regardless. Do not pass go, do not collect 200.
Yeah, so it all comes down to the trademarking.
So, fingers crossed in regards to it. It all clears up and everything becomes clear.
Yeah, but there'll be more as the weeks go on about that story. Jeff Hardy recently did an interview and confirmed that their stop in Ring of Honor is only a short-term stop.
It's a short-term stop. Could this mean WWE? We knew you'd call.
All roads lead back to WWE.
I want to be world known. You want to go TNA? No. You want to be world known in ROH? Become a big fish in a little pond? Maybe. You want to end your career in WWE? Yes.
It should be like a flow chart, like of successful wrestlers and where they end up. Starting WWE, then get right push, go to TNA, get right push, and back up in WWE.
Go from starting WWE, don't get pushed, come mid-carder, go down to TNA. Doesn't go successful, go to ROH. Go from ROH to Independence. Independence, get popular, get back to ROH.
ROH to NXT.
Then NXT to the WWE.
Yeah. It's quite unbelievable. We joke about it, but really all roads do end up back to the juggernaut.
Which, to be honest with you, any wrestler that's basically wrestling. If you are not wrestling to be in the WWE, then answer me this: why are you wrestling?
Well, I don't agree with that.
No, but that's the main top game. But that's not the thingy. The main point I was just about to bring up. You may actually have some more different motives because you want to entertain people. Yes, that is fine. That can be the main target. But a target should be, regardless of anybody, to be in the best of the business.
Well, it depends on what your style is, because there's certain styles that don't suit WWE.
Agreed.
But then your next stop you should be aiming for is perhaps maybe New Japan or somewhere.
NXT.
Well, New Japan is like the alternative to WWE, isn't it?
Yeah.
It's probably the only other place that offers a decent paying fixed term contract. I know Ring of Honor offers a contract, but it isn't a week, it isn't like a constant schedule.
It's supposedly, it's in some cases, if you're a top star, it is. In others,
but
it's not.
You still have to work independent dates to top your wage packet up. Whereas if you go work in Japan, you could probably make a living off working in Japan.
Potentially.
Because, as you know, because you used to work with Yuken.
Yuken?
Yeah. And he made a killing in Japan.
He still does.
Because he worked with
Noah.
Still does. Was it Noah that he did some business
no,
with?
he actually does a number of different places. He actually wrestles in a number of different countries, and I will say, outstanding wrestler, phenomenal, and will give nothing but praise. I think the fact that he's actually wrestling across the pond is amazing, because there's always that. Because his thing, he is using wrestling to get past that culture boundary. He's telling his story in wrestling. Now that can't be easy.
No. But WWE may be like the big fish, but there are smaller fishes that can fill people's
Agreed.
needs.
And would you like to know which tag team made that quite the idea that WWE doesn't have to be the end game?
The Young Bucks.
Correct. They are one of the only tag teams where WWE have gone knocking. You ready to come? No.
They will eventually.
They will eventually in there. Potentially when their bodies are ready to break down, and they want to slow down.
Because in all fairness, WWE you can make so much merchandise money off WWE. You
can, regardless of it.
If you're popular, you will make your money through merchandise.
Exactly.
I think it was Edge that said that at the end of his
DVD
Hall of Fame speech.
Yeah.
If you put the work in, you will get the payments that you thoroughly deserve.
You'll get the if you put the hard work in, you will get your just desserts.
Yeah.
In other words. Yeah, so I can agree to that. Definitely. Any more news?
So, what else were we looking at this week in wrestling? So, we have had the unfortunate Page news. We have had TNA breaking its viewership record for this year, which is a positive about TNA for once.
Hey!
We've had the Matt Hardy
broken gimmick
going through trade rights at the moment, with them fighting for it. What else is there that's gone on in this wonderful week?
Well, we've got two options right now. We can either stay in America or fly back over to Britain.
I'd rather stay in America for the time being, just for one more quick scoop. Well, it's not really a scoop, it's a congratulations. So Xavier Woods has broke the 1,000 subscriber gimmick for his gamer channel, Up Down Down.
That he has. So, congratulations. It can't be easy doing that. It's quite difficult, because as much as it's getting the viewership, getting the attention, and making sure to keep up the hard work, which he has actually been keeping up that hard work. You can either say Xavier Woods or Austin Creed.
Yeah.
Either one works.
Have you had a chance to watch any of the interviews this week? So Shawn Michaels has been doing the rounds between Eric Bischoff's podcast and the Ross Report.
Yeah.
Talking about his role in developmental, or NXT, as his role as a finisher.
Yeah.
But so what I mean by finisher is someone who finishes talents off ready to go up to the main roster. So he doesn't have a set schedule.
Ooh. Basically, he is the man who is the final stepping block.
Yeah, no, so he doesn't have a fixed schedule at the moment. Triple H basically has brought him in to work there. So he comes in, he works with the talent, and then he can fly back out whenever he wants to. Exactly. So he can come and go. So basically, it just means when Triple H thinks that maybe 3 or 4 or 5 people are ready.
Or, if he literally just goes, "Are you ready?"
So if he's got 3, 4, 5 people that he wants to send up, but they just need 3 or 4 months' work, he can get on the phone to Shawn. Shawn comes in, and by the sound of it, he'll be here for 2 takeovers, and he'll work with you in between them 2 takeovers.
Which is absolutely fantastic.
So I think that Nakamura will be the next one up.
He is supposedly rumored to be the next one. With Asuka, which is going to be interesting.
Because neither of them speak that good of English.
Nakamura can speak some English.
He can, but it's
not fluent as much.
And neither is Asuka's.
But the difference is with Nakamura, it doesn't need to be.
No, it is gimmick. Very much like Goldberg. The less he speaks, the better it is.
He has that, me WWE.
His body speaks more than words could ever.
It does. The man can communicate with just body language.
But no, I think it's interesting to have that, like, for Sean to discuss his role, because it's been rumoured now for about 9 or 12 months what his role was going to be, and he says they're trying to discuss what his role is, but it's not something that's agreed there at the moment.
It's not finalised, but even so,
he is working with the talents,
and he's doing amazing work.
Yeah, and I think the night after Mania, you could see, you will hear the dun 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 dun, and that pop on Monday Night Raw will be amazing.
Wait. There's an opening. I know there's an opening right now in SmackDown for Asuka.
Yeah, for the WrestleMania.
What a way to debut.
Yeah.
That'd be an amazing way to debut.
Drops women's, drops NXT women's title one night.
Comes in. You talk too much. And annihilates them.
Ouch. Poor Alexa Bliss.
I have 2 stories to bring up for the US and 1 story for the British scene.
Yeah, so for anyone that's interested, you can go on WrestleZone to listen to the Eric Bischoff interview, where he talks to Shawn Michaels. Part 1's this week. I think part 2 comes out next week. Yep. And you can look at the Ross Report, which I think comes through podcast 1.
Yes, it does.
And you can listen to Shawn briefly discuss what he thinks his role is and how he's never worked a schedule a day in his life since he was 16.
It's an interesting. Basically, are you trying to be the headmaster and give out homework? You trying to give out homework?
No, they're interesting. I listened to one this morning about.
Nah, I can absolutely agree. It's interesting.
I woke up early because, like, as we noted last week, my body clock is fucked. I never realised there were 2 5 o'clocks in the morning.
Wait. This is you. Do we get up? My mind telling me no.
I never realised it was 5 o'clock in the morning and 1 in the evening.
He never knew, folks. He never knew. Right. I will. Shall we get the big news out the way that I've got for the moment?
Yeah.
One is to do with Lucha Underground.
Being on Netflix.
They are officially on Netflix. However, one problem with this. Only for US and Canada.
Well, it's not really a game changer then, is it?
No, which is a bit of a shame, really, because I just thought to mention this big news, yay, it's finally out there, the first 2 seasons, only in US and Canada.
And why would you only put the first 2 seasons on? Why not put it out as a weekly product?
Exactly.
Why? I know why it hasn't come out over here. So, do you know what was passed, and this is going to go very political for the next 2-3 minutes. So, last year, do you know what bill was passed or was put forward to the House of Commons?
Go on.
So, it was set where all streaming sites inside of Britain that send products out have to have a set number of hours of British content for their Netflix or Amazon.
Right.
So, whereas stuff like Netflix at the moment takes a lot of its content, it takes a lot of its content from America and Europe.
Yeah.
Whereas now it's got to push more stuff from the BBC and Homemade.
Yes.
Which I don't mind, but give me my wrestling.
The funny thing about it is I know on the US Netflix they do actually push the BBC shows on there.
But it's just for us because the House of Commons want more British television pushed through British streaming.
Which is fair enough, but
because it'll create more jobs for British actors. I totally understand why it's coming from.
No. I can totally understand it.
So that might explain why we don't have it in the British
potentially,
one. Because I think we need 10 or 15% of all content has to be British made.
Seriously. Guess we won't be having YouTube either. YouTube TV over here then. If that's the case. Good Lord. I can understand, yes, to some degree, that I can understand, yes, that you need to have some degree of British shows and everything. But for crying out loud, you are making people suffer because of your selfish need.
You're making people suffer through Holby City.
Oh!
Downton Abbey.
Oh!
Yeah.
Enough!
We can have house.
What?
We can have house.
We need house. Oh, wait, no, we do actually have house.
No, we don't. They took it off.
What? What?
They've took it off Netflix.
Don't be saying that. Please don't be saying that. Someone will be dying. House is one of my favourite shows. House MD, by the way, folks. Right. I'll be inspecting that straight after this.
Next piece of news that I can destroy.
Right. Rumour has it, WWE are actually unhappy with one of their current champions.
No. Rumour's been falsified by Road Dogg Jesse James.
Which wrestler was this?
Alexa Bliss.
Ooh.
So the rumour is backstage that the only person Alexa Bliss has a good match with is Becky Lynch.
Supposedly.
Because supposedly Becky Lynch was the only person, whereas the match that she's just had with Mickie James was actually well received backstage by the producers.
Apart from...
Well, no, Road Dogg's on record to say that they were happy with the match. So I'd watch out over the next couple of weeks on how they book Alexa Bliss.
Correct.
Because the dirt sheets could have got it wrong, because Road Dogg's come out and actually defended Alexa Bliss.
It could be a defend, or it could just be an easy shimmy shy.
Yeah, but we won't know until we see the next couple of weeks of SmackDown on how she's booked.
Exactly.
If she gets fed to Asuka in 30 seconds, you know they were unhappy.
Oh, but then again, even hang on. Fed to Asuka in 30 seconds, they're unhappy. Fed to Asuka, they were happy, regardless of it.
Oh no, if she lost like 3 minutes, they're alright.
How many people do you know on the SmackDown roster that would last more than a few minutes with Asuka?
Mickie James, Becky Lynch,
Mickie James, possibly. Natalya, maybe.
Mickie James had a 20-minute match.
I said Mickie James, yes. I agree with you on Mickie James.
Becky Lynch.
Possible.
And Natalya.
Natalya will be a good one.
And Nikki Bella just because she's Mrs. Cena.
Oh. He's getting the gloves out. He's getting the gloves out.
I'm not getting the gloves out. I'm stating fact. When you're married to the big dog.
The face that runs the place.
You get treated like the big dog.
Shame that Roman can't. Roman's trying to say that. Who I will state recently on Raw when he made. This is a bit of content for the burning truth I need to bring up right now. Roman Reigns on Raw this week. Did you see the segment he did with Shawn Michaels? Are you having him heel? Or are you trying to keep him a trainer?
I think they want to
make your mind.
No, they need to go for a trainer role. Because in all fairness, if they turn him heel, they've really turned him face. Because this is the paradox that we live in at the moment.
Okay.
Where wrestling fans cheer everything that's supposed to be hated and boo everything that's supposed to be loved.
Well, Austin's meant to be hated for some of the actions he did. But then again, if you think about it, I'm surprised one hasn't committed murder in wrestling lately. If you think about it, come on, you've got AJ Styles committing assault. You get a match at WrestleMania against me. Baron Corbin kicks the crap out of somebody else. You get a match at WrestleMania. Randy Orton sets fire and calls Austin. You got a match at WrestleMania. What's going to be next? Kalisto killing someone and getting arrested. Then I'm going to WrestleMania.
Can you name the inductors for Teddy Long's Hall of Fame speech.
The inductors.
Because I'm about to rip piss out of the write-up I read this morning.
Okay.
So, the write-up said that 2 Hall of Famers are going to induct Teddy Long into the Hall of Fame.
Right, I'm surprised that... Are they Randy Orton and Undertaker?
No, so 2 Hall of Famers. One of them is a Hall of Famer. One of them will eventually be a Hall of Famer. Right. So, the first one was Ron Simmons.
And the other one's JBL?
Yes.
Right.
Ron Simmons is a Hall of Famer.
Yes. And he's been managed by Teddy Long.
JBL isn't.
Ouch. Ouch. Are you seriously trying to pick fun at JBL?
But why would you advertise? And this isn't WWE's fault. This is the site that were announcing this news this morning.
Yep.
Why would you write JBL as a Hall of Famer? Write him as a legend.
He is a legend, but aka a wrestling god. But he, as you just pointed out, he is not a Hall of Famer.
Can you name the person that's going to induct Kurt Angle into the Hall of Fame?
Yes, I can.
Go on.
And his name is John Cena.
Yes.
Who the hell is this for?
Huh?
Who does this work for?
I think Kurt Angle chose Cena.
Supposedly it wasn't, from what I've heard. There were a few names in the list.
He had a choice of 4 or 5. I know Cena was on there.
Yeah,
and in all fairness,
it wasn't the choice he originally wanted, from what I've rumoured.
No, but like it was close on the list. You know, like if you've got 4 or 5 and you get choice 4, especially with the Hall of Fame inductee.
I'll take the guy who's almost breaking Ric Flair's record.
Yeah.
To announce me. But to be honest with you, I just feel a little bit unfortunate for Kurt Angle in this, because I feel as though seeing inducting him, yes, that is amazing. But it seems less about Kurt Angle and more for Cena.
No, I think Cena will do a decent job.
No. I'm not saying he won't do a decent job. I just feel as though it sends the wrong message, personally. Because, yes, albeit, Cena debuted against Kurt Angle.
Yeah.
But he wasn't the one. Do you know who I would like to see induct Kurt Angle?
Who?
Edge. Edge.
I don't know what Edge's standings like with WWE at the moment.
I think, well, supposedly good. He's still fine with them. There's nothing wrong. I'm surprised Edge wasn't picked, because think about it. Are you ready for 2 other names that would go better?
Go on.
Austin. Triple H.
I don't think Triple H will do it.
I don't think Triple H, because of his current standings, which is fine, but when you see Kurt Angle for feuds in WWE, name me somebody who was synonymous
for
going against Kurt Angle.
The Rock.
The Rock's a good call. Anybody else?
Edge. Had a brilliant feud on SmackDown. It's a shame that Chris Benoit isn't alive still.
It is a shame.
Because they had one of the greatest 30-minute submission Iron Man matches.
And it's a shame over the current events he will not be being brought up ever.
You've got Steve Austin.
The whole feud with them.
And Edge.
Triple H, I think, was a good
Shane
one.
Shane McMahon would have been a nice one to induct.
Shane McMahon would be a good one, yes. The infamous King of the Ring. Oof. I think I've just broke my tailbone.
But while he's in there, Nigel McGuinness.
Definitely good call.
Kurt Angle's just done an interview on Nigel McGuinness,
yeah,
saying on what a great technical wrestler he was.
And he was phenomenal. wrestler, absolutely knows his craft, knew how to wrestle. An idol of mine.
Yeah. You've got AJ Styles. He could end up Kurt Angle.
Potentially, but
from
that's more from TNA. But they don't focus on that.
Yeah. So let's fly back across the pond.
Let's fly back across the pond, and we've only got one thing to announce, which should have been announced a few weeks ago, actually.
Go on.
This would be the UK television show by WWE. They're actually doing the whole television series.
You did mention this before.
Have we mentioned it?
Yes.
Have we covered it?
Yes.
That's fine. That's fine. However, I can actually do additional work on it in a minute for you, which will lead to Shinsuke Nakamura.
Well, then.
Well, straight away, we've got Tyler Bate and everybody else from the UK Championship Tournament who will be returning for a live event. They'll also be having Neville and everybody else, some of the top stars. Yeah. Adrian Black. Not Adrian Black, Alistair Black, to apologise. Yeah. So straight away, that's going to be an interesting sight to see. And the question is, I will state is, who is going to beat Tyler Bates' defence against? Not his first defence. His first defence on that series.
I think it should be Pete Dunne again.
You thinking Pete Dunne? Pete Dunne would be a good call, I think. Yeah, I'll go with Pete Dunne on that one. I agree with you on that one. It'd be a good call.
But no, and time will tell with that.
And as some may know, NXT is actually in the UK touring. We'll be touring soon enough. And the weird thing about it is the poster. Who's missing off the poster? Shinsuke Nakamura is missing off the poster.
Because he'll be doing the live events in the US.
Potentially doing US events and also...
Because it's coming up to WrestleMania week, so they need to sell out the garden.
Correct, but the weird thing about it is they've got some great events coming up, and they're also going to be downloaded again. Download again.
Yeah.
Download Festival. Is it 2 or 3 nights?
It's a 2-night, 3-day event.
There we go. There we have it. So that's going to be absolutely massive, jam-packed and interesting. So any more news from yourself?
No, that's it.
So looks like that's a wrap for this week, folks. That's quite a bit of a jam-packed episode.
Yeah.
Is there anything you want to give a shout-out?
No, just our usual shout-out to the UKWA and the UK Wrestle Fan Zone.
As always.
Doing some brilliant work. They're up with SWA today.
Yeah.
So you can check out their sites from photos from the show. We'd like to give a shout-out to Team 4-Star. Keep up the good work. I was in stitches this morning watching the Pokemon versus Dragon Ball Z episode.
I said a date!
Really? It's just Duel Monsters. Because
why'd you call them Pokemon? They're called Pocket Monsters. Do they go in your pocket?
No, they go on the belt. Well, therefore,
they're called Belt Monsters.
No, well, the Captain Little Ball, so it's Capsule Monsters. Which is really just Duel Monsters. It's brilliant when Logic takes Pokemon back to...
It basically schools. It's one way of schooling it.
I'm waiting for Digimon episode to come on.
Pokemon! Not another Pokemon!
Why does everything end in Mon?
Why is it Mon? We're not Jamaican! That could be racist. I do apologise if that's come off wrong.
So keep up the good work with that.
It's amazing what they're doing. They're doing fantastic work. I'd like to give a shout out to our usual suspects, as always. Botchamania, a new one for us. Up, down, down. Well done, as we've already mentioned to our subscribers. Keep up the good work and keep the gaming channel going strong. And I'm going to be announcing one that we've been doing quite recently.
Which changes,
correct. Which is the website is www.changes.org.uk. This is basically North Star Changes Services. This is for for mental potential for mental health. To do with anxiety, depression, bipolar disorder, schizophrenia, and many different things and whatnot. They actually do provide a great service.
Just to make people aware, we might not be doing a show on April 1st as normal. It might not be a live show. This is the first that Matt's heard about this, so
well done.
I'll surprise him while we're on air. we've been asked if we can make an appearance for the Special Care Baby Unit. They're doing a charity which isn't too far. They're doing a charity event which in the morning involves a pool event, and in the evening involves karaoke and fundraising, and
there's my bread and butter. There's my bread and butter.
As we know, the pool's my bread and butter, and the karaoke is Matt's.
Don't stop believing.
He's based in his backyard. Well, I say backyard. It's about 10 minutes away from where he's locally based. So I've been asked if we can make an appearance at that. So chances are there'll be a pre-recorded episode going out that week.
Potentially, or if not, if there's any changes, if we are going live on any other dates in advance for that, we will make you aware of that. Which I will say, for that week, it will be for a good cause. So we hope you understand, and hopefully we should actually get you a interesting episode.
If anyone who wants to donate to that cause, it's been done out through the year, which is it's been done by one of the local pool leagues. It's for the Special Care Baby Units, which helps with stillborns and premature babies.
It's a tough subject, and if we get any more details on that, we will put a post on our social media. So if you're interested in donating, you can push forward for that.
And there's also an 80s rock tribute band there as well, so it takes us back.
I feel young again.
Right, well, other than that though, folks, stay young, stay safe, and watch your local wrestling.
We always stay to watch your local wrestling, but what we should really say is check out any wrestling. And as always, if you do actually have any questions or subjects you want to bring up, or are interested in writing any articles or anything that you want us to push out for you or anything for you, you can actually contact us at
www.theburningtruth@outlook.com.
Correct. So with that, stay well, stay safe, and we will hopefully see you next week.
Bye, folks.
Bye-bye.